Alright, so let's begin this series by saying these will be done in 10-minute or so episodes, and this is where I'm setting up. Now, wow, this doesn't look very appealing. No, I've had to move my whole setup out of this area here because my bathroom is being renovated due to a leak. It's still getting the last touches, like a toilet, that would be helpful, and like a shower screen and stuff like that. But that whole bathroom's had to be renovated because there was a leak in the shower, and that caused all of the wood in the walls to swell up and causing like the tiles to crack and stuff like that. Nevertheless, I had to move my whole setup because I couldn't bear either not being able to use it for literally 2 or 3 months, and also getting it absolutely coated in dust and shit. Now you can see here, you can basically just draw on the desk, and that had this all the way over it since it's been started, the whole renovation here. Nevertheless, this is the start of cleaning all this up and getting this set up nice and back to normal. I'm thinking I'm gonna do the triple 24-inch monitors, probably have the computer on the ground down there, probably the sub will stay there. I keep shaking, I don't know why. And then we'll set up maybe the DALI speakers, and we'll try. I've got some extra cables this time so I can have the computer on the floor instead of having to have the computer up on the desk, because it's sort of, I don't know, it takes away from the setup because it gets a little bit more clustered. I think the setup would look much nicer with it all spaced out. And anyway, I'm just rambling on at the front of the video. If you haven't clicked off already because of this stupid rant, stick around because I'm going to quickly show you the setup as it is right now, the temporary setup out in the kitchen. Okay, so we now walk out over to my kitchen dining table, and we see a massive mess of wires. There's literally just a pair of headphones there with a ton of wire and chargers and stuff. It's just sort of collected there, and I've been too lazy to move it all because I know this is a temporary setup, so it hasn't phased me one bit. I've got like my DSLR here, screen protectors for my S7 Edge, and just random shit like action cameras, charging bricks, cables, hair ties, my Bluetooth speaker, and just stuff like this just floating around. So what I'm gonna do now is just show you the setup as what it is here, and then what I'll do is I will move the setup. I'll just take all the stuff apart and I'll move the whole entire setup over to there, and it will sit on the floor over there, and we'll start reconstructing this setup. And hopefully this is a really nice series to watch if you're interested in gaming setups and stuff like that, because this is a pretty nice setup. Now, my computer isn't the biggest, most badass machine there is. It's literally just, I'm gonna take the cover off. It's literally just a 4GB GTX 760, 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM with an Intel Core i5. I forget what it's clocked at and what the, I forget the rest. 650 watt power supply and a 1TB HDD. I do need to upgrade that to an SSD sometime soon, or just at least put the OS on an SSD because it boots up really slow. But that's basically the computer. It does exactly what I need. I normally just do it for social media, multitasking, browsing YouTube, render videos and stuff on it. It's fast enough to do all that stuff, and I haven't really needed to upgrade it at all. So that's the setup, the computer that runs the show. It's just a single 760 running the 3 monitors, but I can still, now I know there's like different like cards you can get, like I think like people call it like a golden card or whatever, where like it's really good. Every card's slightly different in a way, and I've had nothing but success with this GTX 760 I have in there. I can run GTA 5 on high settings across the 3 screens, maintaining 40 to 50 frames per second. Yes, you heard that right. It's absolutely insane. If I just use one monitor, I can run ultra graphics absolutely flawlessly at about 60. Well, I just hold it at 60 because I turn VSync on because I'm not a fan of like the input lag. It's just, but anyway, random fan, just shit like this. My microphone that I use for videos, just stuff everywhere. Screen protectors. This is, if you have an S7 Edge, this is by far the best screen protector to get for it. Let me turn my autofocus on. That would be nice if it would actually focus then, but that Spigen screen protector is the best by far. This glass thing I picked up for it is absolutely terrible, so don't pick up one of these. Pick up one of the Spigen ones, and anyway, let's start moving the setup back over there. Let's first start this off by shutting down this computer, and let's do that. Alright, so also some of the other things I have to add to the setup when I move it back over there is, well, I don't know if anyone knows about my previous setup, but I had single color LED strips. I had a green one behind the monitors and a blue one under the desk. Now, I'm going to get rid of those and I'm just going to install an RGB one. So it means I can change the color remotely and have whatever color I could possibly want. So just thought I'd chuck that in there. Let's start unplugging the stuff out of this computer, because we're going to move this thing back. I'm going to be using different DVI cables here. I need much longer ones, which I have. I ordered them when I moved the setup out here so I could move the setup back, like my Wi-Fi thing here. This is actually really cool. I like these. This is actually I don't know what it is. It's made by TP-Link. Autofocus does not seem to be working this morning at all. It's made by TP-Link. There's your model on it. I don't know if the lighting will pick that up. There you go. Well, it just says 500 megabytes a second. But anyway, that thing's been working absolute wonders for me, because I don't know if I don't have an Ethernet cable out here. I just went really lightheaded. But I don't have an Ethernet cable out here, so I just plug that into the router down the other end of the house. Plug it in there and the internet speeds are just as good. So highly recommend those if you're looking at them. Pretty cool stuff. Now let's move this thing back and get on with the video. Alright, so I was just about to start putting this stuff back and I forgot that there was actually stuff behind here. So I'm going to strip out everything that's back here, including what is an amplifier. Wow, my camera looks terrible right now. Sorry about that. I'll try and improve the lighting. But there's like a sub down here, an amp here. I'll leave that there because that can stay. That's going to stay there regardless. And just going to strip this whole thing out. So we're starting there. I'll clean the desk right down. I'll get some soap and some nice stuff. I'll get the desk nice and clean, and then we'll start moving the stuff back here, because this setup is going to be clean as it can get, and this setup is going to be looking absolutely awesome once it's done. So let's get on to that. I'll also got to get the LED strips. They're in my other room over here. Actually, that's an absolute mess. I'm not going to go in there. Everything is really messy at the moment because of this renovation. So anyway, let's get this happening. Okay, so the setup is completely stripped out now. The camera quality looks absolutely terrible because of the lighting here, but apologies for that. 100% stripped out. I've just got the good old Nexus 6 here, just streaming some music over to the Marley Get Together speaker. There's a video on my channel if you're interested in more info on that speaker. And here is all the stuff that I'm probably going to need. There's probably more out there still. I know the mouse mat and stuff like that isn't here. So I've got the dual 6.5-inch sub, the Deli Zenser 1s, the SMSL amp that'll be powering it, the power brick for that amp. The wires are already up here. I'm going to be going for a really nice, flat sounding, really nice sounding system here. The aim is to have a very accurate sounding system. The keyboard, mouse, got to get the mouse mat. Wireless headphones, I got to figure out how I'm going to hook them up. Probably just do, I think it's somewhere around here. No, it's actually still out there. It's just an RCA splitter thing. And of course, these cables here, which are the ones I ordered for the monitors. I'm actually going to turn the flash on, see if that improves the lighting. Alright, so I think that's made a little difference. But anyway, here's my 5-meter cable, which will go to the left monitor. With this one, this is the 3-meter DVI cable. Yeah, that'll go to the middle monitor. And then, actually no, this one goes to the middle monitor. I take that back. 3-meter HDMI to DVI, that's for the middle monitor. DVI to DVI, 3 meters for the right monitor. DVI to DVI, 5 meters for the left monitor. I think the flash has made a little bit of a difference, relying on autofocus here. Come on. Anyway, so we're gonna get the computer down there. I'll just show you, where is it? Right here, this I don't even know what this is, the EmberTech Smart Switch PC computer series. Basically what this thing does here is anything you have plugged into it. Well, actually, I don't even think I need to use this because I'm going to be using LED strips that have a remote so I can turn them off. Basically, I used to have this with the setup because I could plug it in down under there, and then basically what it means is it detects when I switch off the computer, and once the computer is off, then it will eventually detect and switch off the things I have plugged in, i.e. monitors, speakers like amps and stuff, and LED strips, because I used to just have them plugged directly in. I've got rid of them now, but they were just plugged directly into a power strip. No, not power strip, power supply. But let's get started on this. Then I'll wrap it up for this video, which will be a little bit more than 10 minutes. I just want to get some sort of construction of this setup happening. And yeah, well, then we'll go on to the next video, which will be up in a couple of days after this. And then, anyway, said that twice. Don't know what's happening. A little bit dopey at the moment. Let's get this setup going. I'm sorry about the quality. It's really, really difficult here to record, just because of this stupid like stuff here. You're supposed to be able to like put what do you call, like pins and stuff into this, but it looks really terrible on the camera, as you can tell. Look at what. Anyway, you're out of focus. See, the camera's not okay. I'm rambling. Let's get onto this setup. This first video has been really terrible. I apologize for that. Okay, so I've now got the DVI cables ran for the monitors, and let's just say I might have gone a little bit overboard with the length I needed for these wires. I have way too much spare, but always good to have a tiny bit more than you need than to not have enough and then have to buy more. And anyway, I probably could have got away with like a 4 meter, a 2 meter, and a 2 meter or something like that. Anyway, it's gonna work. I'm just gonna tidy the wires up down here when I have to put the setup back. Other than that, I can just hide it behind the PC and the sub, because that will block out quite a lot of what you can see behind it. So now we're gonna plug the monitors in, get the monitors up here, send to them, and we'll get some more stuff happening in this setup. So I now have the monitors here, and I'm just gonna do the initial boot just to make sure they're all connected correctly. They probably won't be configured right, so that like the monitors will be out and it'll be the wrong monitor in the wrong spot, but just want to test to make sure this thing's okay. So this one, yep, that's correct. The Windows logo on that screen right there, and I'm just hoping, yep, they're all turning on. Let's back up for a second. There we go, it's letting me in. Old YouTube account with the last name right there. But I always set up my last name. Oh my god, it actually, no, it's not correct, damn it. Anyway, that's all working. Nice and sweet there. I'm glad to see that's working. HDMI cables all look to be working, an absolute treat. And now let's get some, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do keyboard and mouse, or we're gonna do speakers? I think I'm gonna wrap that up for this part of this video and stick around for part 2, where my voice just went really echoey because I entered the bathroom. Yeah, that's really echoey. I'm gonna walk out of here. But anyway, that's been it for part 1. We've got the computer running and the monitors set up. Now let's get some LEDs, some speakers happening, and the keyboard and mouse, and then in the third one we'll just finalize this setup, make it look nice and neat, and it should be nice. Let's get on with those. Hope you enjoyed. Leave me a like. It's more motivation to be putting out more gaming related videos instead of speaker related videos. So see you in the next one.